Archangel Michael declares that you must open this message at once because a wonderful surprise is currently on its way to your home. This is not a moment for delay or hesitation. It is the exact second where you must not blink or look away from the path laid before you. My beloved child, please do not skip this moment or turn away from this vibration, because something truly huge is waiting for you at the conclusion of this revelation. Right now, Archangel Michael is standing closer to your home than you could ever imagine, whispering with a divine urgency that your season of waiting is finally over. The energy in the air around you is shifting so rapidly that even your heartbeat might feel different in this very second, racing with a sense of anticipation that your spirit recognizes before your mind can even process it. A wonderful surprise is moving toward your home with a speed that defies human logic, and every second you stay present here unlocks another layer of what is about to manifest in your physical reality. Do not even think of scrolling away or dismissing this as a coincidence, for you are currently standing right on the edge of a once-in-a-lifetime shift. Listen carefully to these words, because they carry the power to change the way you see every sign and every symbol in your environment. For the past few days, you have likely been feeling a strange, magnetic pull, a sudden rush of emotions, or an inner voice trying to warn you and guide you at the same time. This was not your imagination playing tricks on you. It was Archangel Michael actively aligning your path and clearing away the ancient obstacles that have been blocking your blessings for far too long. If you can feel this shift happening in your soul right now, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join our community of faith. And please leave a comment with the words, "I am ready to claim this surprise as your own." Your engagement here helps to anchor this energy and ensures you stay connected to the divine alerts being sent to your spirit. The surprise coming your way is not small or insignificant. Its impact is going to echo through your family, your home, and your entire destiny for years to come. Something huge is waiting for you, so please just hold on and stay with me until the very end of this message. A doorway has been opened for you that normally takes people years of prayer and waiting to reach, yet you have been fast-tracked by divine command. Archangel Michael has been battling the negativity and the unseen forces that tried to delay this blessing, and today he wants you to know that nothing in heaven or on earth can stop what is approaching your doorstep. Whether it is a life-shifting message, a miraculous chance, or a total transformation of your circumstances, it is already in motion. You will feel the arrival of this blessing before you ever see it with your eyes. You might sense a sudden spark of inspiration, a warmth spreading through your chest, or a moment of realization that makes everything finally make sense. Stay right here, my beloved child, because the next moments will reveal exactly why this surprise was kept hidden until this precise second, and why you were the one chosen out of millions to receive it. You are being invited to take a deep breath and realize that you are not just watching a video or reading text. You are participating in a divine appointment. Archangel Michael is not merely observing your life from a distance. He is actively moving pieces on the board of your destiny in your favor. The surprise heading toward your home carries a unique power that will flip your story and change your name from one who struggles to one who is favored. The moment you stop listening or turn your attention elsewhere, you risk missing the specific clue he is trying to deliver to your spirit. This is a message meant only for you, tailored to your heartbreaks and your hidden prayers. Archangel Michael has seen the nights you couldn't sleep and the days you had to pretend to be strong while you were breaking inside. He knows the weight you've been carrying in silence And that is exactly why this once-in-a-lifetime surprise has been approved for your life. A door that was locked for months or even years is vibrating and unlocking right now. You don't even realize how close you are to the moment your whole story changes. Do not move and do not scroll, for your breakthrough is now only inches away from your reality. Something huge is waiting for you, and the angels want you to be fully awake and conscious when it arrives. You will soon notice a distinct shift in the air inside your home, a sign that the very frequency of your living space has been upgraded. This could manifest as a sudden message, an unexpected phone call, an opportunity that appears out of thin air, or a visitor who carries news that transforms your financial or emotional state. The surprise is already traveling toward you, and every second you spend in this state of readiness prepares your spirit to receive it without any further delay. Hold tight and keep your heart open, because we are about to delve into the hidden reasons why this blessing had to be protected by the heavenly hosts until this exact, perfect moment in time. The surprise approaching your home is no longer just a distant possibility or a hopeful thought. It has already been officially released into your path by the highest authority. You may feel your heartbeat begin to shift in this very moment, your breath deepening as a sudden sense of anticipation rises from the depths of your being. This is happening because your spirit already knows and recognizes what your physical eyes have not yet seen. Do not scroll away or let your focus drift, because the words unfolding right now are carrying the raw energy of your breakthrough. Something huge is waiting for you, and Archangel Michael is guiding every single second of this divine transmission to ensure it reaches the center of your heart. My beloved child, it is important for you to understand that this blessing is not entering your life silently or subtly. It is coming with a magnificent force intended to remove every single worry you have been carrying. The heavy emotional burdens you have been hiding from the world, the intense financial pressures you didn't even speak about to your closest friends, and the silent fears you kept locked inside are all about to be washed away. This is not a matter of simple luck or a random turn of the wheel. This is divine timing at its most precise. Every setback you have ever faced was not a mistake, but a force pushing you toward this exact moment of release. If you feel the weight starting to lift from your shoulders, I invite you to subscribe to this channel so you can stay aligned with these messages, and please leave a comment with the words, "I am ready for change," to signal your acceptance of this shift. Your presence here is vital as we move into the deeper layers of this revelation. You are only seconds away from understanding exactly why everything in your past happened the way it did. The blessing headed to your home carries two specific gifts: clarity and elevation. It will reveal with absolute certainty who truly cares for your well-being and who was only pretending to be on your side. This breakthrough will open one door so massive that every closed door from your past will suddenly make sense to you. Archangel Michael is currently preparing a moment where everything in your life finally clicks, aligns, and rises to a higher level of existence. Hold on tightly as we approach the first undeniable clue that proves your surprise is already much closer than you think. This is the point where you must hold your breath and stay fully present, because skipping now means losing the moment meant only for your spirit. Archangel Michael is placing the first signal right in front of you. The air around you is shifting because the surprise traveling to your home has officially crossed the threshold into your reality. You may sense a sudden lightness, a magnetic pull, or a shiver of pure anticipation running through your body. These are not random sensations. They are direct signals that the blessing is now within your reach. My beloved child, Archangel Michael wants you to remain alert, because the first clue may be subtle yet incredibly powerful. It could be a sudden message, an unexpected name appearing on your screen, a thought that pops up out of nowhere, or even a noise around your home that feels strangely symbolic to you. These tiny signs are confirmations that your blessing is no longer merely on the way. It is actually around you right now. The universe is aligning your steps, clearing your lingering doubts, and making a sacred space for something extraordinary to enter your life. Do not scroll, for as long as you stay in this frequency, your clarity only strengthens. Something huge is waiting for you, bringing the peace you have craved where there was once only stress, and the strength you needed where there was once only confusion. Archangel Michael has wrapped this blessing with a shield of protection so that no one can delay it anymore. You are standing in He energy of a breakthrough that most people only dream about experiencing. There is a hidden reason why this blessing chose your home over every other place in the world. This moment is different because Archangel Michael is revealing a truth that has been hidden behind layers of destiny. The surprise coming to your home did not choose you randomly. It searched for you through the collective energy of the world. It circled around you, tested the vibration of your spirit, and finally aligned itself with your soul. Archangel Michael wants you to understand a powerful secret. This blessing chose you because your heart has remained pure through storms that would have broken anyone else. You stayed loyal when others doubted your path, and you kept your faith even when situations pushed you to the absolute edge. You carried your pain silently because you didn't want to be a burden to anyone else. That inner strength, which remained unseen by many, is exactly what summoned this once-in-a-lifetime surprise into your existence. Your breakthrough is a direct response to your incredible endurance. Something huge is waiting for you because this blessing carries a vibration that perfectly matches the frequency of your soul. That is why it chose your home. It knows you will value it, respect it, and that you have truly earned it. Archangel Michael is guiding it forward with supernatural speed, removing every obstacle that once stood in your way. You are not imagining these signs, you are receiving them as divine gifts. Stay right here because we are about to reveal the exact moment when this blessing will touch your life and make its presence impossible for anyone to ignore. As you prepare for this arrival, remember that your life is no longer defined by the delays of the past. The energy of not yet is being replaced by the power of right now. You are being upgraded in the spiritual realm, and that upgrade is about to manifest in the physical. The clarity you are gaining is a weapon against the confusion that used to hold you back. Every word you hear is a brick in the foundation of your new reality. The surprise is not just a thing, it is a transformation of your entire state of being. Stay until the end, because we are now entering the deepest and most sacred layer of this divine revelation, where the mystery of your upcoming surprise is finally beginning to take a tangible form. Archangel Michael is standing in the very center of your home right now, working to dismantle the invisible barriers that have kept your abundance at a distance for far too long. This wonderful surprise is not just a passing moment of happiness, it is a permanent restructuring of your reality, designed by the Creator to compensate you for every single injustice you have ever endured. You have walked through seasons of lack where you had to count every penny, and you have survived seasons of loneliness where you wondered if your prayers were even reaching the ceiling. I am here to tell you that every one of those prayers was captured in a golden vial, and the surprise coming to your home is the overflow of those prayers being poured back out onto your life. If you can feel the warmth of this divine presence and the truth of these words, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and join our community of light and leave a comment with the words, "I am chosen to anchor this miracle in your destiny." Your engagement is a vital part of the spiritual process, as it signals your willingness to receive the high-frequency blessings that are currently hovering over your household. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is far more significant than a mere stroke of luck. It is a divine intervention that will address your deepest needs, whether those needs are financial, emotional, or physical. Archangel Michael is clearing the path so that when this surprise arrives, there will be no static, no interference, and no one standing in the way to claim credit for what God has done specifically for you. The air in your room is becoming thick with the weight of glory because the surprise is no longer just near, it has actually begun to manifest in the unseen realm around you. You might notice a sudden change in the temperature of the room, or perhaps a sense of profound peace that makes all your current worries seem small and manageable. This is the hallmark of an angelic visit. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the reason this surprise is so wonderful is that it restores what the years of struggle tried to steal. It is a package of restoration that includes the return of your joy, the stabilization of your home, and a sudden influx of resources that will allow you to breathe freely for the first time in years. Do not skip a single word of this, for the instructions on how to recognize the final sign are hidden within the flow of this message. You have been chosen for this surprise because your spirit possesses a rare kind of resilience that has caught the attention of the highest heavens. While others may have given up or turned to bitterness, you kept a flicker of hope alive, even if it was just a tiny spark in the darkness. That spark has now become a beacon that Archangel Michael followed to your door. The surprise coming to your home is a custom-made blessing, crafted specifically to fit the holes in your life. It is not a generic gift. It is a precise response to the specific cries of your heart that you never even shared with another human being. This is why it will feel so personal and so undeniable when it finally hits your physical reality. Stay until the end because the final stretch of this journey is the most powerful shifts occur. Something huge is waiting for you, and the momentum is building with every passing second. You are being moved from the periphery of your life into the very center of your purpose. The surprise is the catalyst that will propel you into your next chapter. It might appear as a sudden legal victory, an unexpected inheritance, a miraculous healing, or a breakthrough in a relationship that you thought was dead and buried. Whatever form it takes, it will be marked by the unmistakable signature of the divine. Archangel Michael is ensuring that this surprise arrives with such clarity that you won't have to guess whether it is from God. You will know it with every fiber of your being. As this energy continues to build, your intuition is being sharpened to a razor's edge. You are starting to see the world through the eyes of faith rather than the eyes of fear. This shift in perception is a prerequisite for the surprise, as it prepares you to handle the magnitude of what is coming. Archangel Michael is whispering to your soul that you are worthy of this, despite any mistakes you have made or any doubts you have carried. The surprise is a gift of pure grace, given because you are a beloved child of the universe. Do not blink, for we are moving toward the final unveiling where the last instructions will be given to ensure you don't miss the arrival. Your home is being sanctified in this very moment. Any lingering shadows or heavy energies from past arguments or stresses are being pushed out to make room for the light of this surprise. You may feel a sudden urge to clean, to organize, or to simply sit in silence. Follow that urge, as it is a spiritual preparation for the guest of honor, your breakthrough. Archangel Michael is the guardian of this transition, standing at the entrance of your life to ensure that only the highest blessings are permitted to enter. You are safe, You are seen, and you are seconds away from the most beautiful turning point you have ever experienced. Stay focused and keep your heart wide open, because the final piece of the puzzle is about to fall into place. This is the final and most critical threshold of your journey, the exact moment where the spiritual world and the physical world collide to deliver the manifestation you have been promised. Archangel Michael is standing at the entrance of your home right now, holding the final key that unlocks the full power of the wonderful surprise that has been traveling toward you. You have walked through every sign, listened to every reveal, and felt the whisper of destiny growing louder in your spirit with every passing second. Now you stand at the absolute finish line, where your old life of struggle ends and your new chapter of abundance officially begins. Do not move, do not scroll, and do not let your mind wander, because this is the sacred closing that seals your breakthrough forever. My beloved child, as this blessing arrives, and it will arrive much sooner than you can even fathom, Archangel Michael has one final and vital instruction for you. You must welcome this surprise without a single ounce of fear or hesitation. Do not let the voice of the past whisper that it is too good to be true, and do not allow the scars of your previous disappointments to make you question whether you truly deserve this level of favor. This blessing was not randomly assigned. It was meticulously shaped by your pain, fueled by your incredible strength, and protected by the highest angelic forces until the perfect moment for its delivery. When it touches your life, breathe deeply and accept it fully, because your acceptance is the spiritual anchor that keeps this transformation grounded in your reality. If you are ready to step into this new life and seal in the authority that has been restored to you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and stay connected to this divine flow, and please leave a comment with the words "I claim my miracle" to finalize this activation. Your engagement serves as a physical witness to your spiritual readiness, telling the universe that you are no longer the person who waits for a change, but the person who lives within it. Something huge is waiting for you, and as this message reaches its peak, your new beginning is already starting to take root in your environment. You are moving from the season of asking into the season of having, and the transition will be so seamless that it will feel like you were born for this very moment. You have spent years watching others receive their breakthroughs while you sat in the shadows, wondering when your name would finally be called. Archangel Michael wants you to know that your name was never forgotten. It was being held in a place of honor until the atmosphere was right for your elevation. The surprise coming to your home is not just a temporary fix for a temporary problem. It is a permanent upgrade to your destiny. It is the solution to the financial puzzles that have kept you awake, the healing for the emotional wounds that have slowed your pace, and the clarity for the future that has seemed so blurry for so long. Every second you have stayed with me has been a second of preparation for the magnitude of what is now landing in your life. As you move through the next few hours, keep your eyes open for the physical confirmation of this angelic visit. You might see a specific number repeatedly, hear a song that holds deep meaning for your journey, or find a small token like a white feather or coin in an unexpected place. These are the signatures of Archangel Michael, letting you know that the wonderful surprise has officially been delivered. D. The air in your home will feel lighter. The light in your rooms will seem brighter, and the heavy atmosphere of not enough will be completely replaced by the frequency of more than enough. You are now under a canopy of divine favor that no person and no circumstance can ever tear down. Something huge is here, and it is more powerful and life-changing than anything your spirit has prepared for. Archangel Michael has cleared the path, removed every hidden obstacle, and stood guard over your heart, while this surprise was being prepared in the heavens. You no longer have to fight the battles that once exhausted you, for the victory has already been won on your behalf. Walk forward from this moment with your head held high and your heart wide open. You are a chosen child of the light, and the world is about to see the evidence of God's love for you in a way that silences every doubter and honors every prayer you ever whispered. Lift your spirit and recognize that the time for weeping has passed and the time for reaping has arrived. The surprise is touching your finances, your health, and your family ties right now. It is a total restoration of everything the years of silence tried to steal from you. This is your moment of vindication. The very people who saw you at your lowest will now see you at your highest, and they will know that it was the hand of the divine that lifted you up. Your blessing is not on the way anymore. It is here, it is yours, and it is beautiful. Your entire life is rising with it, and the peace you feel in this very second is the guarantee that your transformation is complete. As this divine connection concludes, remember that you are never alone, and your path is always being guided by the highest wisdom. The surprise in your home is only the beginning of a long and glorious season of favor. Keep your heart aligned with this frequency of gratitude, and watch as one miracle leads to another. You have crossed the threshold, you have received the revelation, and now you are ready to live the life you were always meant to have. The doors are open, the way is clear, and your blessing is now manifest. Walk into your new story with joy, for the angels are cheering you on into your greatest destiny yet. Amen. Listen closely to me, my child, and quiet your heart, for the words I am about to speak to you are not ordinary words, nor are they the kind of casual whispers you are used to hearing in the busyness of your day. This message is not coming to you by accident, and it is not arriving to simply comfort you with soft assurances. Rather, it is arriving with the weight of eternity, because heaven has seen something concerning your son that you cannot yet see with your natural eyes. There is a serious urgency in the spirit realm right now, a shifting of the atmosphere that signals a critical moment is unfolding, and your son is standing right in the middle of a dangerous spiritual intersection. You may be going about your daily routine, thinking that everything is calm, but I need you to know that the realm you cannot see is shaking, and unseen powers have already begun to make their move toward him. Now, just take a moment and subscribe to this channel, if you trust God. My child, I am stepping into your timeline right now, interrupting your schedule and your thoughts, not to cause you panic or fear, but to awaken your spirit and place a weapon of protection in your hand before the enemy can complete his assignment. Understand this clearly. This warning is not sent to scare you, it is sent to save him. There is a specific mark that has been identified in the dark, a target that has been painted on a destiny. And tonight, the name being whispered by shadows is the name of your son. The enemy has been watching him, studying his movements, and looking for a crack in the wall of protection that surrounds him, hoping that you will remain too busy or too distracted to notice the danger creeping closer. But I will not allow this to happen without speaking to you first. I will not let darkness touch what I have created without exposing the plan to the one person who loves him most. The danger is real and the threat is active, but you must know deep in your soul that my protection is far greater than any trap the enemy could ever set. Heaven is rising to his defense before the attack can even fully manifest, but I need you to be the vessel through which this protection flows. You must understand what is actually happening around him, for it is not merely a physical battle or a teenage phase. It is a war for his mind and his future. In the invisible realm, there has been a violent tug-of-war taking place over his thoughts, a battle between confusion and clarity, between giving up and pressing forward, between the distractions of the world and the destiny I have placed within him. You may have noticed changes in him, or perhaps he seems fine on the surface, but I am telling you that there is something he has been battling in total silence. There are heavy weights he has been trying to carry alone, struggles he has not spoken to you about, and fears he keeps locked away where you cannot see them. The enemy has been visiting him in the late hours of the night, whispering lies to his spirit, telling him that he is tired, that he is misunderstood, that he is drifting, and that he is completely alone in this world. These whispers are designed to wear him down, to make him feel unprotected and isolated so that he will reach out for the wrong things to fill the void. The reason you are hearing this message at this exact moment is because I am pulling back the curtain of the natural world so you can see the invisible danger standing too close to your child. You cannot pray the way you used to pray. Tonight requires a different level of intercession, a more aggressive covering, and a spiritual alertness that refuses to sleep. You must stand as a fortress around him because there is a specific assignment trying to approach him, and it is not coming with a scary face. It is coming disguised as a friend, disguised as a new opportunity, or disguised as a fun escape. If you are receiving this warning and you are ready to stand as a wall of fire around your son, I want you to take a moment right now and declare your stance. Go into the comments and write, "I stand for my son," or simply type "Amen" to signal to the spiritual realm that you are awake and you are listening. Do not let this moment pass without engaging your faith. Let this small act be the first step in breaking the silence. You see, if you do not stand up in the spirit right now, he may walk blindly into something he thinks is harmless, not realizing it is carrying a spiritual poison meant to derail his life. The enemy knows he cannot destroy your son with a direct frontal attack, so he is trying to use a person, someone who looks innocent, someone who seems friendly and trustworthy on the outside. But behind that smile and behind that friendship is a spirit of sabotage that wants to pull your son into distraction and destruction. This person may be someone new who has just entered his life, or it may be someone familiar, but their presence is no longer pure. I am exposing this disguise to you because the enemy never attacks without hiding his true intentions, and your son is currently standing at a major spiritual crossroads. The choices he makes in this season, and the people he chooses to align with right now, will shift the trajectory of the next 2 to 5 years of his life. There is a beautiful path opening up for him that leads to elevation, maturity, and great purpose, but there is also a trap set to catch his foot. The enemy desperately hopes he will choose the path of least resistance, the path that looks fun but leads to a cage, because he wants to blind your son to who he truly is. Your son is not ordinary. He is marked by heaven and chosen for a specific assignment that hell has recognized since he was a small child. The enemy knows he cannot kill the calling, so he is trying to delay it by placing the wrong voices in his ears and the wrong environments around his spirit. But tonight, I am giving you the authority to shut every door that hell is preparing to open. Before we move further, I need you to breathe and settle your spirit, because there is a pattern trying to repeat itself, a cycle from the past that wants to claim your son. There is a spiritual inheritance of struggle or failure that does not belong to your bloodline, and it is trying to attach itself to him, but tonight we are going to break that cycle forever. You have the power to break the whispers of failure, to break the shadow of destruction, and to cancel the assignment of premature loss that has hovered over your family. The spiritual trap has been set in the unseen realm, a net designed to entangle his feet, but your prayers are the scissors that will cut the cords. This is your moment to be the warrior he needs. My child, you need to grasp the magnitude of this season because your son is walking into a time where heaven will be calling his name loudly, but simultaneously hell will try to distract him violently. It is a chaotic clash of two kingdoms fighting for his attention, and in this noise he may struggle to hear the right voice. This is where you come in. You must stand in the gap between him and the chaos. You must be his intercessor when he does not know how to pray for himself. You must be the voice that covers him while he leaps, whispering peace over his spirit when the world tries to fill his mind with noise. You are called to be the shield that surrounds him when he walks out the door, and the spiritual alarm that awakens the moment danger dares to approach him. There is an urgency in the spirit tonight, not a reason for panic, but a demand for immediate spiritual focus, because there is something specific scheduled in the shadows, an event or a temptation that has been put on the calendar of darkness. But hear me, your prayer has the power to cancel it. Something has been planned against his peace, but your authority as a parent can dismantle it before it ever touches him. Something is moving toward him right now, but your simple act of obedience to this warning can stop it in its tracks. I need you to understand that your son's destiny is heavily dependent on your spiritual sensitivity in this hour. If you believe that your prayers have power, I want you to pause and declare it publicly. Go to the comments and write, "My prayers protect my son," or simply type Amen to agree with this truth. Let the enemy see that you are not passive. Let him see that you are active and armed with faith. Tonight, I am asking you to do something physical to shift the spiritual atmosphere. I need you to stand up in your room, in the privacy of your sanctuary, and I need you to call his name out loud. Do not just think it, speak it. I need you to lift your hand and declare protection over him. I need you to break every invisible chain that has been assigned to hold him back. You must cover his mind, his daily path, his friendships, his choices, and his unstable emotions. Speak light into any darkness that is trying to grow around him like weeds. Command the angels of the Lord to encamp around him and shut every demonic door that is waiting for him to walk by. You must realize that tonight heaven I, handing you a level of spiritual authority you may not have felt before, specifically to save him from this snare. The enemy does not fear a silent parent, but he deeply fears a praying parent. The enemy trembles before a spiritually awakened mother or father who listens to my voice and takes warning seriously. He knows that he cannot bypass a parent who is standing on the wall. Your son is transitioning. He is changing spiritually, growing into a man, and while he is getting stronger, he is also vulnerable because his spirit is sensitive right now. The enemy always chooses to attack during these transitions, when a person is stepping into new territory but has not yet learned how to guard it. He waits for the confusing space between who the boy was and who the man is becoming. That is why this message is finding you right now. There is a specific prayer I need you to pray tonight to lock in this protection. Listen closely to these words. Lord, surround my son. Cover him completely. Hide him from every assignment of the enemy. Block every wrong person from reaching him and expose every hidden danger that I cannot see. Protect his mind. Redirect his wandering steps and seal his destiny. I cancel what the enemy planned against him. I declare he will live and not die. I declare he will rise and not fall. I declare he will walk in divine purpose and not in destruction, in Jesus' name. Say this prayer with conviction. Do not whisper it. Speak it as if heaven is listening and hell is trembling, because they are. I must reveal one more vital thing to you. Your son is beginning to attract spiritual attention not because of bad behavior, but because he carries a mantle he does not yet understand. There is a weight of glory on his life, and that is why he cannot hang around just anyone. That is why he cannot follow every voice he hears or go everywhere his friends go. He has something precious on him that the enemy wants to disarm and steal. The mantle he carries is an inheritance for a kingdom purpose, and this assignment against him is not random bad luck. It is not accidental, and it is not sudden. This attack was planned years ago, waiting patiently for a moment of weakness to strike. Tonight, the enemy thought he had found that moment, but heaven has interrupted the timeline. Tonight, a war has been declared over your son, but be comforted, for you are not fighting it alone. Angels have been released on his behalf. Protection has been activated in the invisible realm. A shield of fire is forming around him, and a hedge of protection is rising up. A divine covering is unfolding over his life, but I need your voice to seal it shut. Your son likely does not even know how close he was to danger tonight. He may be sleeping peacefully or going about his day, unaware of the battle raging for him. But after tonight, he will walk under a covering he cannot explain. He will feel a sudden clarity in his mind. He will feel an unexpected peace settle over his heart, and he will feel sudden protection, because heaven is about to surround him like a fortress. Do not ignore this message, my child. Do not delay this prayer or think you can do it another time. Do not shrug this off and say, "I'll pray later." Tonight is the night. This hour matters. Your obedience in this moment acts as the key that locks his safety. Your prayer will protect him. Your voice will shift him. Heaven is watching to see what you do with this warning. Your son's destiny is counting on your response. Stand up, speak, pray, war for him, declare his safety, cover him with spiritual fire, because this message could be the very thing that saves your son's life tonight. My child, listen to me now, for we are moving past the surface and venturing into the deep. From this CT moment forward, I am taking you far deeper into a part of this revelation that most parents never hear, most spirits never discern, and most warriors never recognize until the damage is already done. This continuation is not merely a repetition of what you have already heard. It is a full exposure of the enemy's playbook. It is not a review, it is a fresh revelation. I need you to receive this with your whole being, because what I am about to reveal is the specific secret the enemy hoped you would never discover. Every great destiny has a night where it is tested, and every major purpose has an hour where it is hunted. Every calling has a moment where the enemy attempts one final secret strike, silent, subtle, and strategic. Tonight is that hour for your son. It is happening not because he is weak, not because he is unprotected, and not because he has been careless. It is happening because he is rising, he is shifting, he is beginning to step into the identity that hell has been trying to suffocate since he was a child. When a destiny begins to awaken, the enemy releases his last reserve of distraction, temptation, and manipulation to stop it. This is why you must understand the true weight of this moment. The enemy is not merely after your son's behavior or his momentary choices. He is hunting his future. He is not just looking at his friendships, he is looking at the mantle that is forming over his shoulders. He is not threatened by who your son is right now. He is terrified of what your son has the potential to become. You see, your son is a carrier of breakthrough. He is a breaker in the spirit realm. He is one of the ones chosen to dismantle the generational patterns that have held your family back. He is the one chosen to break the family cycles of loss, confusion, delay, fear, and sabotage. The enemy knows that if he can derail your son now, he can enter ruptured a line of blessings that was supposed to flow through your bloodline for generations to come. Therefore, the enemy is trying to strike through the path of influence. Influence is the gate, influence is the doorway, influence is the shadow he is trying to use. You must realize that destruction rarely walks into a life through a storm. It walks in through a smile. It enters not with chaos, but with comfort. It approaches not with obvious danger, but with familiarity. This is why I warned you that someone is being used. Someone is carrying a spirit that is not from me. Someone whose presence feels harmless, but whose influence carries seeds of misdirection. Your son is spiritually sensitive right now, and the enemy is banking on the hope that he will trust a voice that appears friendly but is filled with subtle poison. This influence may not look evil or feel threatening, it may not speak dark words, but its effect is to weaken his conviction, distract him from his purpose, delay his alignment, and distort his identity. I am exposing it now because if this influence is not broken, it will gain access to parts of your son's spirit that should remain guarded. If you are ready to sever this wrong influence from his life, I want you to take action in the spirit right now. Go to the comments and declare, "I break every wrong influence," or simply type "Amen" to agree that no weapon formed against his mind shall prosper. Your agreement seals this truth. Tonight, something is shifting in the unseen realm, and you need to be aware of what is happening behind the scenes. There are 3 specific things trying to reach your son: a spiritual whisper, a spiritual net, and a spiritual invitation. The spiritual whisper is the lie being spoken to his emotions, telling him he is misunderstood, isolated, behind in life, and not enough. These are not his own thoughts. They are seed, planted by the enemy, hoping he will water them. The spiritual net is a trap being set around him, an opportunity that looks good on the surface but is not from me, a door that seems open but leads only to delay. The spiritual invitation is the attempt to pull him into something that will shift his focus away from his assignment and his calling. These 3 things often come at the exact same time, and tonight is that time. But here is the part the enemy fears you will learn. Your son has a spiritual seal on him. He likely does not know it or recognize it yet, and he has not fully awakened to it, but hell sees it clearly. The angels see it. The realm of darkness recognizes it the moment he walks into a room. This seal is the mark of divine ownership and the mantle of future authority. It is the sign that your son has been chosen for something far greater than he realizes. Because of this seal, the enemy cannot touch him directly. He can only approach through influence, distraction, exhaustion, or emotional vulnerability. This is exactly why you have been feeling tension around him lately. This is why you have been sensing resistance, and why your spirit has felt unsettled even when everything looked normal. Your spirit has been picking up on the spiritual pressure targeting him, but tonight I am giving you a weapon to fight back. It is not a physical weapon, but a spiritual one, your voice. When a parent speaks over a child, heaven listens. When a parent declares safety over a child, angels are assigned to that post. When a parent prays, spiritual gates are sealed shut. You are about to shift the outcome of the next season of your son's life by the words you speak. Your son is at a threshold, a crossing point. This is why he has been restless and distracted, why he has been withdrawing, and why his emotions have been unpredictable. He is not just going through a natural transition, he is going through a spiritual one. Transitions attract both angels and adversaries. They bring both elevation and interference. Tonight, the enemy saw an opening, but this is also the night heaven interrupts it. Tonight, angels are taking their stand at the borders of his destiny. The hedge around him is being repaired, the cracks are being sealed, and every dark whisper is being drowned out. But this only happens if you respond. Heaven is fighting for him, but heaven needs your agreement. There are battles in the spirit that require the voice of a parent, not a pastor, not a friend, but you. I have not finished speaking. There is one final chamber of revelation to open, but for now, stand firm in this truth. My child, listen now, for we have arrived at the conclusion, the moment where the seal is placed and the battle is won. From the exact place where I stopped speaking, I am now opening the final chamber of this revelation, the last vault of spiritual insight and the deepest layer of truth. This is the part the enemy hoped you would never hear, because it contains the key to sealing your son's protection for this entire season. This is the conclusion, but do not mistake it for a soft ending. It is closure, but it is fierce. It is the final warning and the final deliverance wrapped together in one last outpouring of spirit. I need you to hear me clearly. The enemy has been watching your son closely. He has been watching him not because he is weak, but because he is rising. He is not targeting him because he is lost, but because he is chosen. He is not hunting him because he is vulnerable without protection, but because his mantle has begun to glow brighter in the spirit world, and darkness cannot stand the light. When a chosen one begins to shine, darkness always attempts one more desperate strike before it loses access forever. Now, I must reveal the specific part of your son. The enemy has been targeting. For many parents look only at behavior, but I look into the realm beneath behavior. I look into intention, vulnerability, and spiritual openings. Tonight, the area under attack has not been your son's hands, his path, or his physical surroundings. The battlefield has been his mind. Your son's mind has been in a silent storm, a quiet battle, and a hidden wrestling match that he hasn't known how to explain. The enemy knows that he cannot take his life, he cannot steal his ultimate destiny, and he cannot break the calling I have placed on him, but he believes that if he can confuse his mind, he can slow him down. If he can overwhelm his mind with anxiety, he can depress him. If he can distract his mind, he can delay him. If he can disturb his peace, he can weaken his resolve. But I am bringing my light into the corridors of his mind tonight. What your son has been feeling lately is not just natural emotion, it has been spiritual pressure. He has been feeling heaviness without knowing why, experiencing sudden waves of confusion without understanding the source, and feeling discouraged in moments when nothing was actually wrong. He has felt distant from what once inspired him, unfocused, detached, and spiritually tired, even when his physical surroundings looked peaceful. None of that was random, and none of that was natural. The enemy was trying to place a cloud over his thoughts and a fog over his purpose. Because if the enemy can blind the mind, he can slow the destiny. But tonight, this fog breaks. Tonight, this heaviness lifts, and this confusion dissolves, because a covering is about to descend upon your son's mind that will strengthen his clarity, sharpen his perception, and stabilize his emotions. Now, I must tell you the doorway the enemy attempted to enter through so you can close it. It was no. Anger. It was not rebellion, and it was not sin. It was isolation. Your son has been carrying things alone. There were moments he wanted to speak to you, but didn't know how to begin. There were questions burning in his heart, but he felt no safe space to ask them. There were pressures he carried, but didn't want to burden you with. The enemy always targets those who isolate emotionally, not because they are weak, but because they are silently overloaded. But tonight, I am going to reconnect his spirit. I am going to soften his heart and open him up to conversation again. I'm going to restore the bridge of communication between you and him, and I'm going to break the silent distance the enemy tried to widen. Isolation creates cracks, and cracks create openings, but tonight my light is filling every crack. The final thing I must reveal is the strategy the enemy was preparing to use. It was not an accident or physical danger. It was something far more subtle, a wrong connection, a wrong influence, a wrong voice, someone who carries instability, emotional chaos, or a reckless spirit has been positioned near him. This person carries spiritual darkness disguised as light and would push your son off his path slowly, subtly, and silently until he drifted too far without realizing it. But because you listen to this message, that influence is being cut off right now. Because you received the warning, that person's access is being revoked. Because you obeyed the call to cover your son, the enemy's chosen vessel is now spiritually blocked from reaching him. Your son is about to enter a new season, one where the enemy will no longer have access. This is the final shift and the final sealing. Now, I need you to speak the words that will conclude everything heaven has been doing during this message. Say this with me, Lord. Seal the mind of my son. Protect the gate of his thoughts. Remove every wrong influence and disconnect every hidden danger. Surround him with your fire, your angels, and your wisdom. Let no trap succeed. Let no door of darkness remain open. I cover his future, I protect his path, and I seal his destiny in Jesus' name. When you speak these words, a hedge will rise around him, stronger than the one before. A spiritual separation will occur, removing every person who would harm his destiny, and a divine redirection will begin. He will not even understand why he suddenly feels safer, clearer, more focused, and more grounded, but it will be because of what is being sealed tonight. My child, your son will not fall. Your son will not be taken. Your son will not be lost. Your son will not be destroyed or misled. Tonight, heaven has intervened. The enemy's plan has collapsed, and the assignment has failed. Because you listened, because you acted, and because you stood in the gap, your son's life is secured and his future is sealed. Go in peace, for the warning has become victory. For the final act of faith, I invite you to leave a comment saying, I receive this seal for my son to mark this moment in time. This message did not just warn you, it saved your son. The seal of heaven now rests upon him.